Hi, it's Carrie from Scrap, and this is a video for PDX Kids Calendar on how to make a super easy pumpkin out of scrap paper. So, my pumpkin right here, I actually made out of Pantone strips. It's something interior designers or graphic designers might use to establish colors. So I pulled all the orange ones out of the deck. You could also use just orange scraps from a flyer you got delivered to your door, or construction paper scraps, or anything like that. So my pumpkin started as two-dimensional, but it ended up being 3D. So this is really easy to make. So here's what you need to make a pumpkin. You're going to need strips of cardstock or paper, cut about 1 inch wide and about 4 or 5 times as long as they are wide. You're going to need, if you want to do a leaf, that really helps make it look like a pumpkin. That way you can tell it's not an orange. So you need some sort of green scrap paper. I just have some paint swatches. You're going to either need wire and a button, which I have some floral wire and some buttons, or you can use a gold brad. So that's kind of like the office fastener that looks kind of like a mushroom that splits out. Those are easy, but I didn't have any on hand, so I'm making do. You're also going to need scissors and a hole punch. So what I went ahead and did is you're going to need to punch a hole at the top and the bottom of each of your paper strips. So I have that right there. You're also going to need to go ahead and cut yourself a leaf or leaves for your pumpkin. I'm going to go ahead and cut a leaf shape. There you go. And you're going to punch a hole through the leaf as well for the top. All right. So now you're going to stack all of your strips together so the holes line up. And so you can either poke your brad through and split it out, or in my case, because I don't have a brad, I'm going to poke my wire through and I'm going to thread the button on. That's just to keep the wire from poking back through the other way. And I'm going to poke it through the other hole. I'm going to poke it through. And I'm just going to twist tie it to hold it in place. There might be other ingenious methods you could find, or if you don't have a button, you could use a bead. I just had a button on hand, so that's what I'm using. So again, I just have my wire here. And so that's going to be the bottom of the pumpkin, and I'm going to repeat those steps again at the top. So I'm going to line up all the holes that I punched, and this time I'm going to add the leaf too. So I'm going to line up that hole, and I'm going to go ahead and thread the wire through, and thread the button on, and poke the wire back through the holes of the button, and poke it all the way through. And so, again, you can do this with all kinds of different kinds of paper. And I guess you could even make an apple if you wanted to use red instead. It would still have the same kind of idea. I just picked pumpkins because I'm in a fall mood. So, once you've got that through, and it's just being a little fussy because I bent it. There we go. All right, so you're just going to twist it, just so all the pieces stay together is key. And then, if you wanted to, you could also get like a green pipe cleaner and kind of curl it around a pencil to make it look like those tendrils that stick off a pumpkin. So now we've got our piece set up, and so now you're just going to go ahead and spread it out to create the 3D shape. So by bending it into a circle, you're going to kind of just spread all of the strips apart. And it kind of looks like a little bit of a lantern. So you just spread your pieces apart. Make sure you've got them all. I think I've got 2 here. And you could make a whole bunch of them to sit on a mantle. There you go. So PDX Kids Calendar, try it out and let us know what you think. If you need any supplies, come into Scrap. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. Otherwise, reuse what you have at home.